On a hot Independence Day in 2018, BP employee Anthony Marks was hard at work in his new job at a gas station. But when he looked towards the forecourt outside, he spotted a woman in serious trouble. Shocked, the worker then saw her mouth the words, "Help me," and he immediately jumped into action. It was July 4th, 2018, and Marks was serving customers at a gas station in Steubenville, Ohio. Yet while he'd only been in the job for a month, Marks nevertheless had all the qualities required for a situation that arose while he was on duty. If you like our content and want to see more, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to receive the latest videos. Now, enjoy the story. It started in part because the summer of 2018 had been one of the hottest in US history. By early July, for instance, Ohio was in the grips of its second heat wave of the year. Temperatures had even been in excess of 90 degrees Fahrenheit for more than 3 days running, and the July average of 83 degrees Fahrenheit was well above normal for Steubenville. The heat was so oppressive, in fact, that local Crystal Alt hadn't left her house for several days. But whether out of necessity or temperatures abating slightly, she decided to venture out on July 4th. Alt had only traveled for about a block though when she fell victim to health complications. Fortunately, the gas station in which Marks worked was nearby, and Alt drove into the forecourt. As she reached the service window, however, something looked very wrong with the woman. As Marks explained to Local 12 in July 2018,
she pulled up when I was working at the window right there, and she looked distressed.
Yet Marks suspected that he knew what was afflicting Alt, and he soon had his fears confirmed.
So I ran out there and put her car in park and brought her inside.
It seemed to him as though Alt was having difficulty breathing, so he did what he could to assist her. As Marks explained to Local 12,
what I thought was going on was she looked like she couldn't breathe, and when I got out there, and that was right, she couldn't breathe.
And the young attendant's instincts kicked in even further. As well as helping Alt inside, he also gave her water. Alt herself was barely able to communicate. Clearly struggling, in fact, she could scarcely get the message across that she needed help. It was only Marks' quick reactions that evidently saved Alt from a situation that could have had very dire consequences. Alt said,
"He just mouthed the words, 'Help me.' And he saw me and he just literally went around the counter and ran out to me, just like that. He never left me the whole time."
You see, Alt was having a medical emergency she hadn't been prepared for. The main symptom was heat stroke caused by the extreme weather Ohio was experiencing. Alt, though, has a condition called emphysema, a degenerative affliction of the lungs. One of the disease's symptoms is breathing difficulties, which occur when the lungs' air sacs become too full. And while smoking is among the foremost causes of emphysema, enzyme deficiencies and pollutions can also lead to the illness. To treat her condition, Alt usually carries an inhaler with her. On this occasion, though, she'd left it in the house. But the extreme heat that day had triggered an attack, and because Alt hadn't had her inhaler to hand, the lack of oxygen to her lungs had almost made her lose consciousness. Of course, emphysema-related breathing difficulties can be very serious, especially if shortness of breath occurs suddenly, as in Alt's case. The best advice is to seek medical assistance from a nearby hospital's emergency department. On this occasion, though, Marks knew that time was of the essence. After assisting Alt into the gas station then, Marks had soon figured out what was happening. And so the attendant quickly jumped into action again. Realizing that the woman in distress needed an inhaler and having one of his own, he dashed home to grab it for her. As Alt explained,
"I just had run out of my inhaler. He left and came home to his house and gave me his inhaler. He's like a guardian angel. She was there at the right time."
It was this quick reaction, after all, that could have saved her life. She also believes it was the heat from the latest heat wave that had led to her struggling to breathe. They say that not all heroes wear capes, and Alt certainly believes the gas station attendant had played that role for her on July 4th. Marks played down his achievement, though.
I just figured it was the right thing to do, If it was one of my family members, I would want somebody to do that for me.
Wherever the store clerk falls on the dutiful citizen to hero scale, though, we can be sure of one thing. When it came to the crunch, he went beyond the call of duty. But the story continues, as even after having saved Alt's life, Marks yet had another surprise.
He was just wonderful. He even bought me some pop.
But Marks went even further than that. She continued,
Then he said, "I'm going to drive you home." And I said, "How?" And he goes, "Well, I'll drive your car up there and I'll walk back." I was so touched.
And although the gas station attendant's actions weren't a big deal to him, they're probably not something that everyone would think of. So why did he go the extra mile? As Marks explained,
Just appreciate her, that's all. You know, she's a good woman and, you know, it seems like she has a nice heart.
Mark's kindness wasn't lost on Alt either. In fact, she even had some career advice for him.
Not all people can do that. I think it's a gift. He's special. I think he could be a paramedic, a policeman or something. He has such a heart, you know, such a good American over there. He really is.
If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with someone who may find it interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.